Pance Pony is a
Hello.
composer, songwriter, cellist, and performer based in New York, New York. And she's just joined us here now. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. I've been working on new music lately. I just released a music video and yeah, I've been working on my single all day.
Wow. Your first music video has been released, Bloodthirsty, and I had a watch of it, and it's quite a thrilling watch, I must say. What inspired you to come up with the idea for it? I mean, I don't know if you want to spoil anything or not, but what's the inspiration for it?
Yeah, well, I'll just assume that everybody that's seen this interview has seen the music video. So
Yeah.
if you haven't seen the music video yet, just, I don't know, pause it. Can you pause it? Pause it and then come back to us. But
Yeah.
the idea came from my life, actually. This was the first song that I was able to write after an abusive relationship. And I basically like wrote my way out of my fear of meeting new people by reenacting my greatest fear in a song of just being like, oh, whoever's I'm gonna meet is gonna end up being like a crazy sociopathic, like serial killer, maybe.
Yeah.
Um, and so by doing that and then reversing the role, I was also trying to say something interesting with reversing gender roles of, oh,
Mm,
like the woman is the violent one and acting very sexually forward. And I don't know, I kind of wanted to bring to light that it doesn't really matter gender.
yeah,
Men and women can be, abused and abusers.
definitely. And the name of the song, Bloodthirsty, is that of any significance for the music video and the theme of the song?
Um, yeah, I think like I was back in my previous relationship, I was told a lot that I was maniacal
Mm,
and that, none of my friends really liked me and things like this. And it sounds ridiculous, but if you just hear it over and over again from someone that you trust, you start to believe it. And so I just wrote down all of the horrible things that kept, repeating in my head after the relationship. I wrote them down and just pretend like I created this character of like, this is who you think I am. And then Bloodthirsty came out. I
yeah.
was like, I'm bloodthirsty. So yeah, it's kind of fun to like play that character, like that hypothetical character.
Have you had any other releases as well before this?
Well, I've written tracks for other artists. I've written for Leo the Kind. Tone Stith is coming out with a song. So I used to be a songwriter, because I never really thought that I wanted to have a solo career. I didn't think that I had something to say
Mm,
until I went through this crazy experience, and then all of a sudden it just became a necessity for me to make this project. And I thought maybe it could help other people too.
are you glad that you've made the switch from writing for other people to writing for yourself?
Yeah, well, I think it's like, it's definitely not, I'm going to do this instead of this. The fun thing is, I can keep writing for other people as
Yeah.
I'm writing for myself. And then it's more fun that way because you get to write in a lot of different styles. Like, I love writing like metal and hip hop, but if I came out with a metal song or hip hop song, I don't know, like my voice, everyone kind of describes as like a Disney character. So yeah, imagine a Disney character with a death metal band, and that would be my metal.
Definitely. Now, how did you first start to get into creating music? Do you have a big story behind you?
No, actually, my parents just noticed how like musical I was from a young age, and I really
Mm,
liked classical music. Like I would like by the time I was 2, I was singing the Ode to Joy like in the grocery store. And like then I started playing the cello in 3rd grade, and I have perfect pitch, which is like you kind of like hear music like you see colors. It's just like, oh, that's like
yeah.
an A flat or whatever. And so the music part of it always came pretty naturally to me, but yeah, I have such an affinity for all different types of music. I grew up in the classical world, and then I moved over into pop and hip hop. And now I'm kind of venturing maybe towards like musical theater writing or
Oh.
story writing through music. Sounds like fun.
Yeah, sounds very fun indeed. And when you've written songs for other artists, have you taken a lot of your personal struggles like you did for this song and put them in their music, or is it just writing anything that's not necessarily to do with you?
I think the trick to co-writing really is like your ability to empathize with
Mm,
people. So really like I tried not to make it, put too much of my personal experience into it, especially if the artist is saying, I want to write a song about, something personal to me.
yeah.
Um, Really I'll just try to understand where they're coming from as much as possible and guide what they're going for to be more focused. Really I'm just there to kind of keep the focus
Yeah.
and be another brain in the room. It's always so helpful.
For sure. And is there anything else that inspires your own music? I mean, I don't know if you've got any other songs on the way, but if you do have any other songs on the way, have they been inspired by similar personal struggles?
Yeah, actually, the whole first three releases, I'm going to have my first EP, which is already out. The next thing that's coming is a single, which is going to act as an intermission song between my first and second EP. And my second EP is part two.
Oh,
So the story continues. If you listen to my album in order, it's supposed to go through the 5 stages of grief, and then
ah.
the end is a call for help. So then we're gonna start to pick ourselves up in the second one.
Maybe a bit off topic, but do you think the president is in the stages of grief?
Oh, I don't know where the president is, but I don't know if it's Earth or but wherever he is, man, it's really having an effect on everybody here.
Yeah, for
Um
sure.
yeah, but I'm excited. We're already planning a victory lap concert. So we're really excited to have a new president soon.
Yay. Um, I'm really excited to see part two of this ongoing story.
Yeah, I'm so excited that I found you and yeah, I can't wait to release it. Hopefully I'll get out of this room and I'll be able to record it in another room, but we'll see
Oh,
with
yeah.
COVID and everything.
Have you been doing a lot of recording in that room for, I guess it's been 8 months now?
Yeah, I recorded the whole EP in this room and I've been doing all of I record cello for a lot of tracks and things like that. I do all my recording here now.
Yeah.
Um, it's strange. It's like just because I eat, work, sleep, breathe, like all in the same little like place, but I've really gotten to know myself a lot better for sure. Like you definitely get comfortable with yourself.
Would you prefer to be in a bigger place? Because sometimes it can be a bit weird just being in the same room all day.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely all I need for sure. Like, and
Yeah.
it's nice right now to live minimally because I don't know, I think of it as training. It's like, okay, if you're ever really scraping by, this is you can do it and you can be
Yeah.
happy. Like that's just kind of like I try to remember that. Like, sure, it gets cramped, it gets crowded, things like that. But I'm in Manhattan.
Yay.
So yeah, maybe one day, but I have to work hard for it.
Yeah, well, you'll deserve it with all these tunes and
Yeah.
music videos.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Right now it's just spending a lot of money, but
Well,
we'll
yeah.
see.
Now,
Yeah.
has anyone inspired you in the musical world? Who do you look up to? Your favorite singers and musicians?
Oh my gosh, there are so many people. I think when I was a kid, it was Regina Spektor.
Mm,
When I first heard her music, it's so unique. It's so different from anybody else out there, and her voice is so beautiful. And when I first heard her first song, I was like, oh my God,
yeah.
this is the person I've been looking for. And then from her, I found Fiona Apple and Jen
Yeah.
Wigmore. But I'm also really inspired by musicals. Like I love Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Ah.
Um, and then I taught music studio, like technology and recording at a charter high school, and they got me really into hip hop. And so it's kind of a mix. All of my songs are basically a cohesive mix of all of that. Oh, and house music.
Oh,
I listen to house music like nonstop every weekend. So
kind of ironic. Should be apartment music.
yeah, it's like tiny room music.
Yeah,
Yeah, instead
that
of
should be
big
a
room,
thing.
tiny room house.
I don't know what that sound would be, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I have no idea. But yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah, I have a feeling it'd be very quiet. Just maybe the same thing, but just like sort of stripped down a bit. Don't know. Yeah, exactly. Now,
Turn the beat down.
I don't know how long you've been in music, but that was certainly a lot of experience you've shown there. Have you had any big highlights in all this time that have stood out to you?
Oh yeah. Well, gosh, there's a lot. I think as a songwriter, I won the Global Music Awards in 2017. And before that, I had never really thought of myself as a songwriter.
Hmm.
I just did it for fun. And one of my friends entered my song into the contest and it won. And so then I actually had the confidence to be like, okay, let me start going out, meeting people, writing some songs.
Yeah.
And once I started doing that, all of a sudden we're here. A year ago, I just won the National Songwriters Hall of Fame scholarship, and I got tuition money, which was amazing.
Yeah.
And I got a degree at NYU for songwriting, and I graduated in the middle of a pandemic. So here we are.
That's pretty impressive.
Here we are.
Was it easier or harder to graduate in the pandemic?
You know
I
what?
could probably guess the answer.
But I can't be sure because I've never
Oh.
graduated not in a pandemic.
Well, that's
So-
true. You just have to try it again and graduate in something different this time.
Yeah. So like I can tell you graduating in one is pretty hard.
Oh,
but
that's fun.
but you get lucky. Like I've got really good friends, good support, and it's been okay.
Yeah,
The transition was hard, but once you just kind of, put the pedal to the metal and try to figure some stuff out, it's been good.
definitely. Now, you've mentioned a lot of people that have inspired you in music. What would you say sort of differentiates your style from theirs?
Yeah, well, I think I take a little bit of what I like from each person and I use that to kind of supplement my own style, but my own voice is very, especially my lyric writing is very vulnerable.
Yeah.
And each song has a very specific like focus, has a very specific point. And I usually like slave over lyrics for days and then come back to it weeks later. Like I really try to get the lyrics perfect. And I also think that melodies are a big thing of mine. Like I love beautiful melodies. If it doesn't have like just a really good melody in it, it's not done.
Yeah, definitely. And future projects, part 2 of this ongoing story, hopefully coming out very shortly. How are we able to support you with that?
Well, I just got a new Patreon page. And so you can sign up to give me support. And I'm going to have a Kickstarter up pretty soon just for my next music video. I'm trying to get all of my music videos crowdfunded. So whenever I have the money for the next one, we'll start the next one. We already have the pre-production, everything planned out, the team. It's just getting the money really.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can support me on my Patreon page. It's / Pance Pony, and it's pants like dance, but with a P. Pance.
Yeah, not like, well, you'd call they're the things you wear on your legs over there, but for us in the UK, there's something else.
Oh yeah, what are they? Jump.
The underwear.
Okay. Trousers.
But I think we're getting sidetracked.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we might have put people off the album.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so that's basically what the whole project is. The first part is pretty dark, and the second part's going to be very light, very happy, very good times, happy fun times band.
Oh.
I think that's going to be the name of the band too, Happy Fun Times Band. Oh yeah, I'm getting a band for it.
Oh, that's going to be great, actually. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Are the music videos going to be happy fun time too? Are they also going to be taking a dark turn like before?
Yeah, so the first music video definitely took a dark turn. The second music video is a sequel to the first music video.
Oh,
So
yes.
it's not over. The second music video is not necessarily a horror, but it definitely plays on some dark themes.
Mm.
And it really much features a lot more dance and creative choreography. We got a very nice big location for it. So I'm really excited to get started on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it'll be a sequel. And the one after that'll be a sequel of that. I really like to write in a style that can tell a story over an arc.
Yeah, that sounds so exciting. Where are we able to listen to your latest song and watch the video in the meantime?
Well, you can find me everywhere at Pance Pony. Search for me on Spotify. If you find my Instagram, I have a link in my bio that links to everything. So if you want to find anything, Deezer, Spotify, Apple Music, I think there's one song on SoundCloud. I'm just thinking of putting the whole thing up on SoundCloud anyway.
Yeah.
Right now it's just for getting to know people. And yeah, like, and I love like putting music out and seeing other musicians reach out and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. Like, I really like that. So if you listen to my stuff and you make music, please reach out. I love hearing new music and finding new people.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
Thank you. This was fun.